And hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you all very much for coming out. Much appreciated as always. Hope you're having a good week. So, first things first, hello, everyone in chat. Tiger, Rose, Lurkers, other people, Vukrals, and the most important person of all, of course, good afternoon, Veronica.
Good afternoon, Gimpy, and hello, everyone. Have a great stream.
Okay, there we go. No?
Your next break is in 1 hour.
It seemed longer than normal. Anyway, happy Thursday. Stream schedule. So I think we'll do some more, or do some Total War Pharaoh today. They did have a patch for the game this morning, and it didn't screw up any previous saves, so that's a good thing. So my caution there yesterday was not well-founded, but it was a good guess anyway. Tomorrow, Friday, is multiplayer Solasta with Jeff Hobo and Hurricane. Saturday is Starfield or X4 Foundations with the Star Wars Interworlds mod. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. Sunday is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous all day. First half of the stream is campaign stuff with Gimpy the Dwarven Crusader Angel, currently in Act 5. And the second half of the stream will be the Treasure of the Midnight Isles DLC with your group 10. And they may die. Just saying. I think there's a good chance they died on Sunday. Monday, probably do some more Dark Envoy. Game we just started playing on Monday. Looks pretty good, so we're going to play that again next Monday. Tuesday is probably Baldur's Gate 3. And Wednesday, if I remember correctly, is... Oh, sorry, Tuesday is Halloween. The reason I'm debating this one is because Master of Magic came out with a new update. Technically, it was a couple of days back. Okay, it was 2 days ago. They introduced some new stuff, and I'm debating whether I want to play it on Tuesday. You know, Halloween, because it's Halloween themed. They put some necromancer type stuff in there. So, tempted to play it on Tuesday instead of Baldur's Gate 3. Or maybe do Baldur's Gate 3 on Wednesday. I don't know. I think next week is going to be all messed up. Hey, Snufkin, welcome back. Are you excited for the Snufkin game? What game is that? I'm curious for more information about the Snufkin game. Am I going to regret saying that? Just out of curiosity, am I going to regret saying that? Anyway, Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Is that one of those rhythm games? You know, you have to press buttons in certain orders for certain lengths of time. If you don't, you lose. I'm horrible at those games, by the way. What I was going to say? Just forget it. Oh, was it a joke I was supposed to get that I didn't get? Because I'm bad at getting jokes. You should know this by now. Anyway. Dog cam. We're going to have dog cam today. I don't know. Mrs. Gimpy took the dog. It is not a game. A real game. No, it is a game. A real game. Is it? Okay. Snufkin Melody. Moomin Valley. Is it supposed to be Moon in Valley? Or a Moom in Valley? I don't know. I've never heard of that. If that's a real game, and I'm afraid to Google it, tell you the truth. You know, I'm kind of scared to Google that. So, anyway, I was just saying, dog camp. Are we gonna have dog camp today? I don't know. Mrs. Gimpy took the dogs out for a walk 2 hours ago. I'm pretty sure she's been kidnapped by her friend because she hasn't seen the dogs in a while, and I have a feeling they've been kidnapped. So. There may or may not be dog cam today. I wouldn't hold my breath. It's a very long lore explanation. Oh. I didn't watch the Moomins as a child. I don't even know what the hell a Moomin is. But Vukral's watched it in his youth. I have no idea what a Moomin is. Here, let me Google it and see if it's a thing I should know or not. Because it may be after my time, just to let you know. After my time as a child. Moomin Valley. Hey, look. Moomin Valley TV series. It's Finnish, also known as Moomin. It is a 2019 animated family drama. 2019, honestly. You expected me to watch something from 2019, a cartoon, a Finnish cartoon from 2019. You expect me to know anything about it? You guys expect way too much of me. You expect way too much. It was old enough that you were a child. It was originally a show from the 70s or earlier, based on a book. That wasn't here. I've never heard of it before. I honestly have never heard of it. You know that, but again, it's Finnish. Why would you expect me to know something about that? They don't show stuff like that over here. Communist Poland did import it. Communist Poland imported it. Yeah, like I said, I never heard of it. Never heard of it. And as a child, growing up in the 70s and early 80s, our cartoons were pretty much the USA type stuff, except for some of the Japanese Macross, Robotech. That's the only. Well, no, I take that back. There's Robotech. There's some other Japanese cartoons. Crap, what was the one?
I am sure Ozzy doesn't make mistakes like this.
What was it? The one with the big battleship in space had the big wave motion gun, I think it was. No French cartoons. No. The only cartoons that we had that I remember are the Japanese ones. First cartoon was 1945. Yeah, it never made it here. The whole series about human body? No. The cartoons I remember growing up: Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry. Like I said, we saw the Macross Japanese type stuff coming through in the mid about 82 to 85 area. Saturday morning cartoons, but those are Saturday morning cartoons. No stuff from Europe that I remember. Cells looking like people from the inside? No. Nope, never saw that. Like I said, for us, it was like I said, it was basically, Looney Tunes, which is Bugs Bunny and stuff, Tom and Jerry, and Hanna-Barbera kind of stuff, like Yogi Bear, those guys. I guess Japanese cartoons for the most part. As far as foreign stuff, it was Japanese stuff. We never saw anything from Europe that I remember at all. What else? Like I said, Saturday morning stuff. Of course, we had Transformers and G.I. Joe. Again, American stuff. I don't remember anything from Europe. I don't remember anything from Europe. Or Canada, for that matter. I know the Canadians, like, Jeff and, give me a hard time about some of the Canadian shows that you watched as kids. So I never saw them. Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is the way a lot of fairy tales start. Oh, Once Upon a Time Life. Nope, never heard of it. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I never heard of that as far as was it supposed to be a kid show? French-Japanese animated series with tells the life of the human body for children and stuff like. Nope, never saw it. Never saw it. Emily Post, welcome to the stream. Mysterious Cities of Gold. That was French. Mysterious Cities of Gold. I don't remember that. Keeping in mind, my childhood ended basically in 1985. So just so everybody knows, I pretty much stopped watching cartoons when I was in 1985. So even watch Around the Twist, then I never heard of that either. Moomins. Austrian, German, Polish produced. Fuzzy Felt stop motion TV series made in Poland. The series has been recompiled a number of times in other formats. So it wasn't imported to Poland, it was made there. Around the twist, but that was really, yeah. Except, I'm trying to remember the stuff that I was watching back in basically, I guess, in the early 80s. Because back in the 70s and stuff, it was pretty much straightforward Hanna-Barbera, Looney Tunes type stuff for kids, at least for my family. And then the 80s, it was, that's my preteen years, or some of it is. And, there's, like I said, the standard Transformers, Transformers, G.I. Joe stuff. Although I wasn't really into G.I. Joe. I was more a Transformers person. What else? What was back then? I'm trying to remember all the cartoons and stuff, and unless I get a list of them, I'm not going to remember them. 1990. Like I said, for me, cartoons pretty much ended in 1985. Not saying I haven't seen cartoons at all since then, but on a regular basis, it stopped in 84, 85 for me. Mainly because I had too much stuff to do. Went into high school and had after school stuff to do, so I didn't really have time to watch cartoons after school, because after school for me was doing sports and doing homework, and there just wasn't time to watch TV for the most part. So at least during that time of day, my TV time was pretty much after dinner, if I got any at all, because again, high school definitely bumped up my responsibilities as far as, homework and other stuff. So you were watching kids TV later than you thought. It usually works that way. It usually works that way. You have USA cartoons beyond Bugs Bunny and stuff like that, and even it was at the end of the communist period. Yeah. They didn't do as much after school stuff in the UK. It costs too much money. That's one of the arguments to make here too. The only way you get stuff done, or you have after school stuff here in the US, is it's related to sports. They have some clubs and stuff, or at least they did when I was in high school. They had clubs and stuff, some, but not many. But most of the after school activities were sports related. So if you weren't related with or doing anything in sports, you didn't really have anything to do other than what you came up for on your own with your friends, which was usually causing trouble. So, just saying. That's what my non-sports people or friends did. They went around and caused trouble all the time. Cartoon, so much Cartoon with the cable TV. Oh, I remember when Cartoon Network first came on and stuff. And that was cool about that was you got the older cartoons too. It wasn't because Cartoon Network wasn't really so much about new stuff. It was about old stuff when it first came out. I remember watching some of that. Just let the kids wander the streets and wonder why there is so much juvenile crime. Exactly. Yeah, I think the cartoon I remember watching the most on Cartoon Network was Space Ghost, because that was one of my favorites when it came out in the late 70s, early 80s, I think it was. I remember watching that on Cartoon Network on the reruns and stuff. I don't know why I liked it so much, but I did. But anyway, should I get playing a game, or are we going to talk about cartoons from 30, 40 years ago? It is 40 years ago. Holy crap. It's over 40 years ago. Keep forgetting, 40 years ago was 1983. And we're talking about stuff that I was doing 40 years ago. Ugh. Pinky and the Brain? Who doesn't remember Pinky and the Brain? Yeah, I heard they're making new ones. Johnny Bravo, I don't know. I know the name, but I don't know the show behind it. Johnny Bravo was after my childhood, I believe. But Pinky and the Brain, well, even Pinky the Brain. No, Pinky the Brain was when I was a teenager. I think. Or was it? When the hell did Pinky and the Brain come out? I can't remember now. Pinky and the Brain. Was it mid-90s? So, no, that can't be right. Pinky. September 9th, 1995 was the first episode of Pinky and the Brain. So that means I was watching that in my 20s. That can't be right. Is it? That can't be right. That can't be right. I turned 25 in October of 95. That can't be right. That can't be right. The series was 1995 to 1998. That still doesn't feel right. Because to put that in perspective, September 9th, 1995 for the Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, that's roughly less than a year before I met Mrs. Gimpy. That I'm a forever kid. I honestly don't remember. I thought it was pre 90. I thought it was like early 90s at the earliest or latest. I don't know how you word that one. But man, I don't remember that. I could have swore that was like mid to late 80s for some reason. But they're saying 95. It just doesn't seem right. I'm a forever kid, though. It's possible. Although what is funny is the little girl, what's his name? What the hell's the little girl's name in the Animaniacs? The one who basically treats her mom like she calls her lady all the time. Hey, Calfac, welcome back. Happy Thursday. Mindy, is it Mindy? Animaniacs. So today we're just looking at cartoons. Mindy? Yep, it's Mindy. Uh-oh. Somebody's crank calling me. Stupid telemarketers blocking their number and they keep calling back like morons. Anyway, Calfac, thank you very much for the resub. And it is 53 months of Prime Gaming. Thank you for the awesome continued support. No sound with the pop-up. Oh, that's because of the scene that we're in. Wow, this person is being persistent here. Anyway, Calfac, there's your rockets recognition. Keep in mind, each rolling rocket represents 10 regular rockets of recognition. Why? Because Twitch has a character limitation here in chat. Each one of those emotes eats up so many characters, so that's why we have to do it. But anyway, thank you for the continued support, and happy Thursday. So, anyway, Mindy from the Animaniacs. Mrs. Gimpy's basically exposure to the Animaniacs is through me basically doing my imitation of Mindy when Mrs. Gimpy talks to the dogs. Really? That somebody does not understand that their number is being blocked. Is that right? Yeah, we don't know this number. That's why it's blocked. I don't know this number. Just a second. Let me look it up. See who it might be. because they're being very persistent. And they're blocked for a reason, so that means they've called us before and didn't leave a message or anything. And because we don't recognize the number, they're being very persistent. Who are these people? I like this reverse number lookup. It doesn't really tell you shit. Unless you want to pay for it. You can pay $1 to find out who it is. Which I'm not going to. Wow, but 981 or 381 people have looked up this phone number. So it's a telemarketer for sure. It's not legal. Well, it's not. They're not supposed to do it here, but they do it anyway. But yeah, this particular phone number has been looked up 381 times recently, so that's definitely a telemarketer. So anyway, sucks to be them. Okay, so should I get started? I feel like I should get started. We've talked enough, I think. I've talked enough. We should get started. Cartoons. Who started the cartoon stuff anyway? Who started me on cartoons? But damn, still, anime for Pinky and the Brain is Snufkin? Yeah, it's Snufkin's fault. Yeah, it's Snufkin's fault. Anyway, so yeah, again, I can't believe Pinky and the Brain 1995. That seems way too late. Like I said, again, that's less. It came out the first time it debuted was less than a year before I met Mrs. Gimpy. That's just so odd. And I was out of college, too. That was the funny part. I was working full-time and everything. I was coaching football in 95, and I think at that point. So how the hell was I watching the Animaniacs? I don't even know how I was watching that stuff.